if you see any videos on Facebook or anything like that of Star Wars characters at a children's hospital, especially in the wards upstairs, it is us, because we're like, it's that group. It's 501c3. You can't get in. A normal Joe Blow can't walk in to a children's hospital. They don't allow that. So, and they invited me to do this thing for the hospital, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that'd be cool. And I went, and first of all, bringing these toys to these kids, were talking about a grown man crying. I had to take a break and go out in the hallway. And buddies came out and they were like, you all right? I'm like, sorry, man. I just, not used to this. This is pretty heavy. And they're like, listen, dude, we all have different costumes. Some are open face, some are characters. Yeah. He's like, dude, we all do helmet characters for these, because trust me, we're all crying inside, but it's not about us. And I was like, oh man, that killed me even more. So through that, I met the liaison for the hospital. She's like, yeah, I'm like, what? And I just started, how can I help? What else can we do? Like, this is incredible. And then she's like, oh, well, it's stuffed animals and this, and, so then I've got my hot rod friends and I got my nerd friends. I'm like, how do I combine that? So we did a thing at a local Build-A-Bear, invited a bunch of hot rod guys out. They opened an hour early in this really yuppity mall in Royal Palm Beach called Wellington. And it's funny to have all these yuppity ritzy moms and kids at the gate, and they didn't let them in. There's like 30 old men in there building bears. Like, what the hell's going on? Sorry, we're having a private party. I don't see any kids. Mind your own business, lady. Right. So we did a bunch of Build-A-Bears. Then I went, gave them with the guys that I was affiliated with, and we took them to the hospital, and the kids loved them and went crazy. And the lady goes, I think it's very awesome that you did that. And she's like, this and that, but those things are like $100 a piece. And we were like, hell yeah. And we got like 25 of them. She goes, yeah, I have like 80 kids, a stuffed animal. You can go to Walmart. And I was just like, oh shit. And totally made sense. So then we did that for about a year. And, my friend's niece, a friend of mine's niece, passed out at school. They take her to the children's hospital. She's type 1 diabetic. Her blood sugar was like 800. Obviously nobody knew it's type 1. And so she was there for 3 days. She comes home. My friend knows what I do when I started doing the bear stuff. And her niece had like a unicorn or giraffe or something. She's like, hey, where'd that's really nice. Just, she's, oh, I got it from the hospital. She's like, that's super nice. And she's like, the Eddy Bear brought it. I can't even talk about it. She said the Eddy Bear brought it. And she's like, what do you mean? She goes, oh, the Eddy Bear. It's like he's like the Easter Bunny. He comes and brings bears to the kids in the hospital. Aww. I was like, what did you say? Wow. And she told me that, and she's crying, telling me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I called my liaison. She goes, well, your name is Eddie. You're a big teddy bear, and the kids like to have a story to go with it. So that's what I came up with, and that's literally where Eddy Bear was born.
Welcome to the Gearheads and Gasoline podcast, where we dive into the high-octane world of market-leading shop owners, shop employees, and automotive enthusiasts from the aftermarket, restoration, performance, and racing industries. So strap in as we take you on an awesome journey with our guests as they share their real-life stories, lessons learned, business advice, and unfiltered insights to help you beat the school of hard knocks. Gearheads and Gasoline, fueling your success.
Welcome to the Gearheads and Gasoline podcast, sponsored by Redline Oil and AMD. I'm Barry with Motorhead Digital, and my amazing co-host is Annette Bauer with Annette Bauer Creative. We're excited to welcome Eddy Cebreco, Marketing Events Coordinator at AMD and founder of Eddy Bear Foundation, to the Gearheads and Gasoline podcast.
Awesome. What's up, guys? Thank you.
Thanks
excited
for
to be
joining us.
Welcome, Eddy.
Thank you. I got
I
the
see
invite.
you
I was like,
all
really?
over. I see you all over social media all the time doing stuff for AMD, and you have quite the personality, which I dig. And I love that you get to have fun with Jason all the time. Like, that's a really cool thing.
Absolutely. I did. I'm glad Jason recognizes that my face for radio is more than just radio. So I did radio for many years, and I know Jason forever and a day. And this opportunity came up, and I was like, oh yeah. So I moved to Atlanta about 4 years ago, and here I am. I'm sure he regrets it now, when you get those HR emails. Eddie did this, but it's all right.
He's probably like, oh no, that's an Eddy thing. It's fine.
It absolutely is. He's used to it. He just rolls his eyes. Now it's like Eddie Claus. Yeah, okay, keep going.
Yeah. So did you move to Atlanta for that job?
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
I've lived all over the country, but when you do radio back in the day, I'm an old man. You had to move around the country, before celestial radio came. So I lived all over, and
Nice.
yeah. But I always ended up back in West Palm. I was there originally. West Palm Beach, Florida, is where I'm from, and then I was in Los Angeles for about 6-7 years, and my mother got ill in 2011, so I moved back to Florida to take care of her. At the time, she was given a year to live, so I moved back, and she ended up living till 2018, which is way more than a year. Yeah. So, and
Yay.
then, yeah. And after that, after she passed away, I kind of fumbled around a little bit, trying to figure out what to do with myself. And Jason's like, hey, I'm with this amazing company. We're opening a new facility in about a year. I really like to start talking to you about it. And, so we went round and round for a little bit and then waited for it was about a year and 4 months of talking with Jason and the owner and the facility opening and the right timing and all that. And it happened. And so literally I got the call a week before SEMA.
Oh, geez.
4 years ago. Oh yeah. It was like, hey, you're on board, but we're overnighting some business cards to Vegas. You going to SEMA? I'm like, no. And Jason's like, no, you're going to SEMA. I'm like, oh yes, I'm going to SEMA. So literally I had 4 days to let my job know at the time that I was leaving, pack a bag, and he overnighted my business cards. And he's
That
like,
was that.
I just need you to hit the ground running and do your thing. So I spent literally that whole SEMA just, hey, I'm at AMD. It was awesome.
That's
It was
awesome.
such a good time. Yeah.
I love it. Well, I kind of sidetracked for a bit, and I know Barry's kind of juggling in his seat because this is what I do.
No worries, man. Go for it.
Barry's like, I got both of you at the same time. Oh no.
Right.
I can see his blood pressure going up.
Well, Oh, Barry, you would be probably mortified. I don't know if you drink coffee, Eddy, but
No.
recently I have discovered that drinking coffee gives me like horrible heartburn and acid reflux. So I have had to cut that entirely out of my everyday thing. Like coffee is no more for me.
Don't tell me that, because I've been lately, if I drink like ice, I drink a lot of iced tea, like the Pure Leaf in the afternoon, and I found out that does that to me. So I definitely stay away from coffee at night. During the day, it's not a big deal, but yeah, if I drink too much tea, it does the same thing. It's like, oh God.
Yeah, it's been rough.
I don't drink caffeine, so I was told I don't need any caffeine or anything. So here I am.
Yeah. Ironically, I don't drink caffeine either. I like the taste of coffee. So, but yeah, like I have always drank decaf, but it doesn't matter. My body's like, it's all the acidity I think that's in coffee, and it's just not jiving well with me. And wow, it really makes me feel old that now I can't have things because I'm old.
Yeah, my wife, my wife goes to the doctor, and the doctor always say something about, well, things dry out, or you get, this or that, and something. The doctor was way younger and said indicated her that just the way he said it was like, my wife
it's because you're old.
Wanted to punch him. She comes back and it's like,
I injured my knee, and I went yesterday to get my knee looked at to get my evaluation, and the younger guy, he was like, well, at your age, we really don't have to have surgery. I was like, what does that mean, man? I would still fight you right now. What does that even mean? Like, well, at your age, you don't have to have the surgery. It's not like, you're an athlete or you're that, as mobile as you used to be. I'm like, dude, are you serious? Are you serious?
Right.
Dude, it was awesome.
Right. Are you just practically digging my grave for me right now? Good gosh.
Yeah. You're going to subscribe me to get a walker now? What are you doing? Yeah, it was pretty funny. Like, oh, at your age, we don't need to do surgery.
My age, I'm going to kick your ass and show you what my age is.
Exactly. 100%.
All right. Well, I digress. I do want to kick off now again our podcast the way that we typically do, which is I have to know what's your favorite drink.
Here's the thing. I don't drink.
Good.
I'm very boring. So my
Oh.
drink of choice is Zephyr Hills water out of Florida.
Oh, okay.
Believe it or not. It is the
No,
best
there's nothing
tasting
wrong with
water
that.
on the planet. And that's it. Other than that, I will have a Sprite occasionally or an orange Gatorade, but I don't drink. I'm very boring. No caffeine, no nothing. Very
You're
boring.
not boring. You're actually our second guest who doesn't drink, which I absolutely love. I love. Like Barry will tell you, like, I am not a drinker. I think in all the time that Barry has known me, he's probably seen me drink maybe one full drink. I get through maybe half of anything if I have something. So I'm typically like water, or my favorite is chocolate milk. So
Oh, me, I actually drink, but it's got to be lactose intolerant.
yeah, same.
But
So we go to a restaurant in where were we? Oh, Columbus. Eddie's got a little card. Right, Eddie? You have a card you give to the cook that he carries.
all right, so I am mentally unstable. Again, for those who have not met me. So I have some weird OCD stuff. So one of them is oh, Barry, got to bring up the card. I travel the country, so I just want a plain burger.
Yeah.
Just cooked a certain way, white cheese, provolone, Swiss, something like that. And they get it wrong.
Every time.
Yeah, so I've come up with my card, and I literally hand it to whatever server.
I love that.
Instructions. The little guy is gray with white cheese. There's nothing else on there. No Dasani. I hope they're not a sponsor. That's the worst water on the planet. And it's just ketchup, no onions, no pickle, nothing. And
that is awesome.
But there's a ton of people that have found it hilarious, take pictures with me, and everybody makes fun of my OCD burger card. Hey, if you can't make fun of yourself, right? That's what my therapist said. Turn it into a joke, so that's what I did. But yeah, it's one of those things. And if it's wrong, I can't send it back. I'm like, no, I'm not eating now. I don't send food back to the kitchen. Sorry, I managed a restaurant for many, many years. So that's not happening.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. So it's funny that you say that. So the car that I crew on, the guy who owns the car, our driver, every time that we go traveling, every time that we go racing, especially when we're across the country and whatnot, like we've traveled so long together that it's literally like we kind of refer to each other as race wife, race husband kind of a thing. Because typically my husband is not there because he has to work and my job is more flexible than his. And so Eric and I are typically racing a lot together. And so whenever we're at a restaurant or whatever, he'll go like, hey, I have to go to the bathroom, just order me whatever, right? Or just like you said, like a burger, right? And I'm like, just think of like you're ordering a burger for like a 2-year-old, right? Like he just wants meat and ketchup. Like that's all he wants. He doesn't even like, sometimes he likes cheese, sometimes not. But like most of the time he's like, just meat and ketchup. That's all I want. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm just ordering already.
Hey, it's plain, and they still get it wrong. I will go, and they'll approach, and you should see Jason. He's like, please, I got to have a good weekend. Please, I've come back to the table, and he's like, please don't screw up this burger. I need him to be focused all weekend. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Nothing? You got a weird order. I'm like, son of a, come on, Jay, man. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. And I give him the card. But yeah, he's ordered my stuff before with a big warning. Please don't, please. I need him. I don't need him grumpy all weekend. We got to focus. She's like, it's just a burger. But they still get it wrong. That's what blows my mind.
Rocket science, right?
And they want 17, 18, whatever dollars an hour. Like, get the fuck out.
$25 an hour and you can't get the no pickles means no pickle. Here's the thing. No pickles. So why would you think I want pickle juice running down my plate, touching my bread?
If I don't want pickles.
It's funny. When I go get a sandwich, we have Publix down here. Publix is amazing. But when I go get my sandwich, I'm like, I'm going to order a plain sandwich. It's pastrami, Swiss, nothing else. Can we wipe the knife? And they look at me crazy. And I'm like, well, guys, if I'm asking for a plain sandwich, why would I want the first bite to be taste of the 13 other sandwiches you've done before me? And they don't get it. It's mind-blowing. But anyways, thanks, Barry.
Hey,
You're not wrong.
I think it's cool because numerous times I don't like pickles. How many times have I got freaking pickles on head of freaking or a tomato, whatever. The most things I have on my burger besides cheese and ketchup is maybe lettuce, and that's it. So I get it. One other question you have that little burger guy on the back of this laptop that I'm using today. There's a sticker with you with Never Seas bottle of silver Never Seas. What's the deal with that? It's a cool sticker. It's hilarious as hell.
Hey, that's the only thing that you can use, and swear you can use the tiniest amount in the most appropriate way and turn it into the
everywhere. Yes, I know.
So I pretty much, the image started with my friend John O'Neill from California, who's a fellow lunatic and loves Photoshop. What he did is there's I made a mess or something and I posted a picture like, man, I got this everywhere. So he took Kanye West, went to an award show and he was wearing like this big silver like balloon thing. He put my head on it, colored me and put the noses in my hand. And then like within minutes, John O'Neill is a lunatic. Within seconds, he did that and put it on my page. And this was years ago, and it's kept going for years. And then Kyle Fannin found it, and then he made that sticker with the burger.
And I think I picked that up from him.
Yeah, it was
in
Kyle.
Columbus.
Kyle, I don't know where he found it.
Awesome.
He dug deep. Kyle went stalking my page because he went deep to have to find that image. But it was pretty funny, and then made it into a sticker, which is hilarious. I was like,
that is
what is this? Awesome. Why is there a sticker of me? And Kyle's like, I thought it'd be funny. The next one's supposed to have a lightsaber and a bottle of Zephyr Hills, apparently, but we'll see.
Hey, but those are the right kind of friends to have, right? The ones who can have fun with you, who make memories.
Absolutely.
Like, I had a guy come up to me at a race, I want to say like a year ago, and he handed me a sticker and he was like, I have to thank you for this. And I was like, you're going to have to clue me in. I don't know what this is. And he was like, this is a picture that you took of me like 2 years ago or whatever. He goes, and one of his buddies, just like you, like chopped his head off and put a sombrero on him and turned it into a sticker. And I was like, cool.
Yeah, hey, I was like, thanks, man. It was hilarious. Where did I don't remember where he started giving that out at.
That is
it
awesome.
got everywhere. I think wasn't PRI. Who knows where it was? But
I don't know. I got it. I think I picked it up at Columbus, at Good Guys Show in Columbus this year. So
that's awesome.
Maybe it was Good Guys, man. Yeah, it was Good Guys.
Well, anyways, we're an automotive podcast, and you know, we were talking before we got on about your MTV back in the day, but you got in automotive world back in the 90s. Where'd you start with that, and how'd you get into the automotive space? And where?
Oh man, I was a mini trucker kid in high school, and hold on, my screen. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, my screen gave me a weird message about headphones. Sorry. I was a mini truck kid in high school, and then I started doing radio, and I was in a little local car club in South Florida. Such a long story. And so I started producing concerts and stuff with the radio station I was with, and then my boss was like, "Oh, we need to add other aspects to it," and I was just like, "Oh, we should do a car show, so have something for people to look at." And you know, we register the vehicles; they get free passes. And it was just an excuse to get my club into the concert, and it literally started there. And then when I wasn't at radio, I was an intern part-time. So then I was at an auto parts store. So we did a show there, and it just started from there. And like, Jesus, 94, 95 maybe. Just started doing shows, and it got bigger and bigger. And then I started bringing magazine guys out. And then in 04, I was invited to move to California to do the marketing for, let me see who it was at the time. Source, Prime Media, McMullen Argus. And then they bought Prime Media. And then they whatever. And they became 17 other companies. But to go work for that big group and be part of the truck group. So moved out there in 04. I was there from like 4 to 11, 4 to 10, somewhere around there. But it was a good time. I mean, I was able to do stuff I've never done before. You know, I was South Florida, so I never been rock crawling, and I ended up having the honor of producing Top Truck Challenge for like 6 years.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Amazing event in Hollister. I went to the first the King of the Hammers before was King of the Hammers when they were just testing it out. I've been to Moab Easter Jeep Safari multiple times, like doing as long, not just the street stuff, doing the off-road stuff, which was so much fun. Learned so much doing that as well.
Nice.
And then that's it. Then I went to Florida, and then I managed some clubs in Florida for a little bit. There's not much for automotive down there. And then, Jason's like, hey, do you want to come up here and get back into the industry? And here I am.
Cool. I know you do a show in West Palm every year, right? Because we were down there one year and came and checked out the show.
Yeah, I do a couple down there actually. I do that is, which one did you come to? Trucks and Cheeseburgers. Was that the one you and your wife came to? Trucks and Cheeseburgers is an event that we sponsor down there. There's another one that Freaks do. Freaks of Nature is a club. We do that one, and then I do another one at the Martin County High School to benefit their auto shop program. So I try to do as much stuff as Florida as I can. The auto shop program is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're starting to do stuff with a local auto shop here too as well.
Well, you have to. I mean, you have to get those kids involved. We here at AMD, we don't want to make Tesla panels or something. So
Right.
we want to keep them involved in the hot rod stuff. And the Martin County High School that we do stuff with is great. Mike is a friend of mine from high school. He took the course in high school, and years later, now he runs the course. And you go there, and it's not CV axles on a Civic and oil changes. They've got a GSI chassis. They got an Art Morrison chassis. The kids are building LSs.
Oh,
They
wow.
assembled
That's
my
cool.
9, and they're actually building our SEMA truck for 26. They're building.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's pretty rad.
Yeah, the
That's super
school
cool.
here, they run as a regular body shop, and Keith's drag and drive 69 darts over there right now. They haven't got, they're working on newer cars mostly. So the kids are super stoked to be working on that car. Nothing Art Morrison that's in high end like that, but most of the schools in New York are, here's a fender, weld on it. Here's another piece. They don't run as a regular body shop, I understand, which is kind of sad. This one does, so it's pretty cool. And
They have paint and body and everything, so it's actually pretty cool. Mike's doing a lot of crazy stuff down there with these kids, so it's pretty awesome. Like full
yeah.
builds. Like they're assembling the chassis. We're going to bring the body down, paint it. They're going to mount the body, do all the wiring as far as the SEMA truck is concerned. But they're doing full builds. They've built a bunch of different rides down there with the school, and they've chopped down a crew cab OBS truck to make it a crew cab short bed. Now they're working on a crew cab dually, full chassis on the ground on 24-inch, American force wheels. Like they're doing all kinds of stuff. Like I said, it's not oil changes and CV axles.
right.
Which is
Are
great.
those kids going off? Are the kids graduate? Are these high school kids then?
Like high school.
Are they going,
Yeah.
are the majority of them going into the industry after they graduate?
Yeah, they're going into welding. There's a lot of marine in South Florida, so it's kind of still the same thing, tinkering. So they're crossing over into Marines, but into the marine industry. But yeah, he's doing his best to job place and things like that.
Nice.
And they also have like a social media photography class, because I guess that's the world today. So it's pretty cool. I've connected them with CK Magazine, and they're going to be, the social media photography class is going to go into the auto shop class, follow the build of the crew cab dually OBS, and it's going to come out in CK Magazine, which is awesome. So the kids get the rep for it, the magazine's supporting obviously, and then, the kids get all the credit. And
The Gearheads and Gasoline podcast is proudly sponsored by Redline Synthetic Oil. With a legacy of excellence and over 100 premium products, Redline provides motor oils, gear oils, assembly lubes, fuel additives, and water wetter for the automotive, racing, motorcycle, marine, and industrial markets. Known for their exceptional quality and technical expertise, Redline is trusted by enthusiasts and professionals alike. Discover their full range of products and expert support at redlineoil.com.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win.
Formulated to win.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Formulated to win, proven by me.
Proven by me.
Proven by me.
Redline Oil, formulated to win, proven by me.
And, the kids get all the credit, and man, people get to see them building some cool stuff.
It sounds like the Lost Angels,
Oh,
the guys out
those,
in California,
that guy,
Aaron Valencia.
oh man, Aaron, I think. I'm so bad at
Aaron.
names. Aaron
Valencia.
Man, he is unbelievable. Such a humble guy. I met all those kids at SEMA. Jason was dealing with them.
Yeah.
When I saw the car, I'm like, where's the car that we helped build? Where's the car that the kids built? That thing. Did you see it, Barry?
Camaro?
The Camaro?
Oh yeah, it's badass, man.
I'm like, wait, the one that, no, not this thing. The one that the kids built. Where's that one? Like, it was unbelievable. And he's like, no, this is it. And they took some of our panels. And made carbon fiber molds of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's just crazy stuff that he's teaching these kids. The 3D printing for the front diffuser, the rear diffuser, like unbelievable, man. Yeah, that guy Aaron is absolutely killing it out there.
So
with that program.
During the show, Armo did we do a panel discussion every year, and it was about youth and, talking to shops and business owners about how to engage with youth. And Aaron, I was on stage, Aaron Valencia from Los Angeles Garage, Shelby, one of our featured guests, Shelby Robinson, and Jesse Henke with Jeff Farina being the moderator. What was interesting, Aaron had we had a full house, and about a quarter of them were his kids. And
nice.
What was interesting in that was, and I kind of validated what my thoughts were, because I asked all the students, I said, where do you spend your time online? Mm-hmm. Looking for jobs, whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to know, I said, how many of you are on Facebook? Mm-hmm. One hand went up. Mm-hmm. Which is,
I mean, that's not uncommon.
Which
though.
what I
expected,
it's just not
your
right?
Demographic.
Which what I expected. And so that validated that. And I said, where are you guys? Oh, Instagram and TikTok, they said. And I said, for the business owners in this room, if you're looking for youth, these people that are doing some amazing stuff at Los Angeles Garage,
this is where
they live. If you're not on Instagram or TikTok, and that's where you need to, if you're going to go look for them, post your want ad there for fabricators, painters, whatever. Don't just put it on Facebook, especially on the restoration side. A lot of the restoration side shops, they're just on Facebook because the age of the owners and things like that, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a pretty cool response. That was a really good session. The kids were really interactive. Aaron got them all whooped up a couple times. We had somebody come over from the other room after, say, what are you guys doing over here? You're awful loud. Having fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it was cool seeing all those.
Crazy. Like, I remember when Facebook was it.
Yeah.
When, of course, first came out, it was it. And now
I remember
Facebook
when
is
MySpace was it.
Oh yeah. Mine's still floating around somewhere with my top 8 and all that. And
I never had a MySpace. Sorry.
I did.
Oh man.
But and now it's like Facebook is like the basic internet now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram is the new thing. TikTok is the new thing. So what's after TikTok? Like what's next?
Yeah, there's YouTube. Another site that's called Substack right now that is trending.
Substack and Reddit.
Reddit's been around for a while, but Substack I've noticed has been a little bit more in the limelight. But it is funny to kind of see how that has shifted. And Barry, you've talked about this before, is saying that I see a lot of businesses that I do research on, or clients that I'm looking at their competitors for, and they have only a Facebook page, right? They don't have a website. And I'm like, I want to actually know stuff about your business, not just what you want people to see on social media, right? The things that you remember to post here and there. I actually want to know about your business. So Barry, I know you've talked about this multiple times before about the value of having your own website.
Well, and I'm not going to go deep into it, but you're right. I mean, the thing is, how many times have you heard stories of people just suddenly lost access to their Facebook channel without how many followers and how many posts, and have to start over again? You own your website, right? As long as your hosting doesn't go away, you're in good hosting, right? You own that. That's yours. And most people wanting to do business may find you on social media, but when they're digging in to do work with you, they're going to go out to your website. They're going to want to learn more about you and then pick up the phone or email or whatever, right? If you don't have that website, it's are you real? Do you really exist? It's the same. Flip that on.
Do you really?
Yeah. It's the same with social media. If you have social media and your last post was a year ago or 2 years ago, people are going,
Yep.
are they even in
That's
business?
kind of a turnoff. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen people
Go ahead.
a
Sorry.
website just for like a landing page. So if you go to the website and you go to the website, hey, 1-page intro, and then here's the social media components.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But still, the website's still, there. And Facebook is still number one.
Yeah.
Come find
Yeah.
Facebook and the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was absolutely floored, like, when we talked to Jason and Jason was telling us, actually, Barry had mentioned it and Jason just kind of supported it, had mentioned, like, how many times you guys post when you're at an event, and I was just like, holy crap, like, I don't have enough hours in my day to do that, like, and still do the stuff I gotta do.
The first time I met Eddy was at Richard Petty's shop. We all did a thing down there. And and the first time I met Jason in person too, right? And I'm talking to him and I go, how often do you post? Oh, I try to post an average of 64 times a day across all the platforms. And my mind just went, how do you,
You're like, I'm failing.
Yeah, I felt like such a fail. It's like, there's.
I will tell you, Jason has that down to a science. That he does, man.
Yeah.
He just tells me, hey, camera's on, talk about this, and lets my goofy ass go. But he has got that stuff down to a science. But we're super blessed that our owner gets it.
Yeah.
Or not that he gets it, he doesn't get it and he trusts it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's told us a million times, dude, I'm an old man. You guys are it. You have your pulse on the industry. The numbers reflect. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just don't, waste our money.
Yeah.
And that's it. And he lets us go and we come up with a dumb idea. And he's told us, he's like, well, I'm going to tell you no, but just give me 24 hours. And I'm like, what does that even mean? And Jason's like, just wait. And then the next day, my door will open in my office. Hey, buddy, you got a second? I was thinking about what you said. And boom, we're approved. And it's like, he's like, just give me a second to mull it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're lucky. Me and Jason are super lucky that he allows us to, we had this discussion when we were in it, when I was interviewing, and the owner and me were on the phone, and I was like, I'm gonna be completely honest. If you're hiring me to come and like mold me into something, man, I'm not your guy, dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, Jason told me you're very unorthodox. I'm like, oh, that's the word for it, sure. But you gotta trust that I can't do my job if I've got a collar on and a script. You gotta. And he's like, well, Jason says, you're going to be a hell of an asset, and I trust Jason. I trust you. Boom, boom, and it's worked so far.
Nice.
That's so they didn't put a shock collar on you like the video I saw recently from, I don't know who it was, ClickUp or Content Studio, one of those. The guy had using it was a dog shock collar, and the guy would be talking in front of a whiteboard using all these terms, right? And every time you use a term, you get zapped or whatever, stupid stuff. It was freaking hilarious. So
thank goodness I did not get that.
That's good. Well, here's something for restoration build shops out there that have owners that, if you're not a social media person, you don't want to be a social media person, that's fine. Find somebody on your team that digs it, that understands it, and let them do their thing, or look outside your organization, find a marketing agency or whatever, or an influencer, somebody that can help you with that social media that gets it.
The focus has to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The focus has to be there for business today. It's 2025. We're at the end of 25. We're going into 26.
Right.
That focus has to be there for any business.
Yeah.
And, I'm still blown away. Even at SEMA this year, people come up, and people that have been in the industry for years, and they come up and be like, man, I follow you and Jason, and you guys are just doing the craziest stuff. And what advice can you give me? I'm like, your company's been in business for 50 years. What are you talking about?
That's
you need
the
advice
problem.
from us?
Yeah.
Like, well, that is, you know what, Annette, that is true. You're right. You're right. Here I am thinking you're a way industry in the front of us. And they're just like, man, you guys are everywhere, and you guys are doing it. And I see you guys everywhere, and you and Jason. And I'm just like blown away. I'm like, hey, you're so-and-so. Like, you're like, you have awards, and like real awards, not the stuff we give away. You have awards from SEMA and all this stuff.
Right.
It happens all the time. And I just, man, it blows me away. And then connecting with other companies that get it.
Yeah.
That are like, hey guys, we have this, let's do it, just to throw out an example, QA1 is one of them. You know, they're working on their social media, and you know, we do a lot of crossover with them, and they get it.
Yeah.
They get it. And discussing, and man, when people last night, I had somebody text me from Arizona last night. What's you and Jason's show schedule for next year? I want to base our schedule off yours. That shit still blows my mind.
Yeah.
And I won't get into names, but there's 4 companies that do that every year.
Yeah.
And this is another, and I got another test. Hey, I'm like, our budgets are going through now. Jason goes in and, you know, he fights tooth and nail, and then I'll find out January 1st what I'm approved for. But they're like, oh, we want to know. We want to make sure that we're at whatever events you guys are going to, because obviously those work. And it just still blows my mind.
If I had the
I'm like,
budget,
What a
I'd be
blessing.
on that list too. I'd be at every one of those shows you guys are at. I was at Syracuse Nationals this year. I wasn't going to go until I heard that you guys are going to be there, and go, it's an hour drive.
That still blows my mind. I'm like, because we're like, me and Jason are just goofing. Yes, we work. Don't get me wrong, but we goof off a lot. Like, we have a lot of fun. And I'm like, really? You want my opinion on something? Me? Did you text Eddy from AMD? It's just still blows my mind, dude.
But that's the
And I have people waiting
the
on the show
thing.
schedule.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that's the thing, is that you and Jason are authentic. Like, you have great personalities. You guys are real. Like, you just roll with the good, the bad. Like, you show everybody all of those elements of you while being professional in your business, you know, and talking about what you do with passion, right? And that is what every person out there, every brand should aspire for. And exactly what you said, like, if you don't have a social media person, then invest in one. And I say
Yeah.
invest because you have to, just like your owner, right? You have to be willing to say, okay, I'm not an expert here, but I trust that you are. And
It's not 1998. It is
100%.
2020. You're right. I have to. You're right. That's exactly it. And it's super important. You're absolutely right.
And to go
Yeah.
back to what you said about that company that's been in business for 50 years, the reason they've been in business for 50 years is because they're not full of themselves thinking, oh, we know everything. They're not shy to go out and say, hey, we need help, or tell us about this, or whatever, right? That's why they're still in business after 50 years.
Right. Well, they've focused on a quality product
Yeah.
or service, and doing social media is like, I see it all the time, especially on like the performance side of things, where like teams and companies are like, look, we're like head down, just focused on what we're doing. We don't have time to do that, right? Like, we understand that it's important, but it's just not physically possible. So it is a balance of finding a company that can either help you, or a person who can come in and assist you with that, and actually setting the time and the budget aside for that to be effective.
When social media was first exploding, you can get your 16-year-old niece to help you, man. That's great. Those days are gone.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be it's like, so I have a degree in broadcasting, and then it was a minor in marketing back in the day when broadcasting was a thing. And it's that same thing, man, where back then the marketing person was a position. Then somewhere in there in the mid 2000s, the sales guy was the marketing person.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What?
How did that happen? Where did that?
Right.
What? And that's how it was. Oh, I need somebody to do marketing. You look on SEMA.org back then, and it was 2002. I need somebody in marketing. You look, and I'm like, yeah, I got a minor in marketing, you know, broadcasting, you know, multimedia. And it's like, cool. How are you on sales? Because it's the sales. I'm like, what? And then it's good to see that now that position is coming back, and people are realizing that to survive in this environment, between we had COVID and now we've got tariffs. I mean, you have to work that number and make sure that you're putting that effort into the marketing still. And it is a full-time position. It's not sales. Sales if the marketing does their job, sales is going to be busy.
100%.
You know, you can't do both positions.
No.
You can't do both positions. You have to have your marketing team strong, get that brand out, and then your sales guys, well, that's gonna feed them. They'll be fine.
And you got to also,
social media is part of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And with, you know, even in our every industry, right? AI is becoming a big thing. You talked about when social media started, having your grandkid do social media. It's the same way with websites. People are still, oh, I'll just have my nephew do it or whatever. No, you can't.
No,
you can't do that. There's
no,
so
not
many
anymore.
things that have to go into a website.
Competition. have you been to SEMA lately?
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, the West Hall, then the halls that we're used to having Armo dinners and that was all full of what the heck? Like, so much competition is out there. You can't leave it in the hands of your niece,
Right.
you know,
Well,
to handle the social media for your $1 million company. You've got to
right.
invest in that. You
Right.
have to.
Oh man. I do love that, like especially at events like SEMA and like PRI, and now more so than we've seen historically, is that it isn't so taboo anymore to see content creators building content, right? Like filming
No,
themselves or filming others or
really welcome.
staging stuff, right? Like it's an expectation now, I think, for a lot of people. I mean, it's still something that is not so understood, like we talked about, for older generations, older than us. But it's cool to see.
No, and now it's the opposite. It's like, oh, you don't have a
Right.
social media person?
Mhm.
It's crazy to hear that,
Yeah.
or to
Yeah.
have that exchange. Wait, you don't have a full time? Or a friend of ours came up to me at SEMA, and he's like, "Hey, man, I just want to let you know that we have followed your stuff for years. You're doing great." I hired a full-time social media
Right.
video editor person. I'm just like, what? He goes, yeah, because the stuff you guys are doing is just crazy. I just went out and did it, and I was just blown away. And this dude and his dad have been building cars for years. They
Yeah.
have huge stuff, big name guys, and I was just blown away. Like, I'm like, are you talking to me? And he's like, yeah, this crap that you and Jason are doing, this shit is just so insane. We actually went out and did it. We had to do it. And I'm
You
like,
set the
that's
bar really high for sure. And
Yeah.
people are looking at it and going, wow, that was really cool. I need that. Right. So
Jason set the bar, dude. He just cuts me loose. So
Yeah,
like,
but you guys are the dynamic duo. Like you guys are what works together, like that's the best part about it. So
yeah,
I have found that, in a lot of circumstances where companies are really struggling to, like we said, like kind of ride that line of like, hey, I have this complete list of stuff that I really need to have head down focus on. And that, hey, I understand that social media is important, but I have found that there is this fine line of me being able to come in and provide service to those clients and say, look, if you normally can capture content, meaning that you record what you do or you take pictures of what you do every now and then, because I've been in this industry so long and I understand what you're doing, I'll write content for you. And all you got to do is post it whenever you can, right? And I'll even give you like all of the good details
yeah.
of when you should do it, all the stuff, but I'll take that off of your plate and give time back to you, right? So I have found that for a lot of different companies.
Win-win.
Totally. It's good for me because I still get to be involved and I love it. So,
yeah, we do the same thing with clients. We have a shared drive. Just upload
Mhm.
stuff to the drive, make separate folders. We'll show you how to do that just so we know, and give us a little understanding of what we're seeing, and we'll write it. You don't have to write anything. Sometimes we can look at it, we know what it is, but there's other times where like you need to give me a half a sentence of what you're doing here, right? Give us a clue, right? And we just take it off their plate, right?
It's wild because you have to have that investment, and some people don't see it that way. But then there's people like you, Barry, that like, hey, if you need some help, you can't hire that full-time person. And you have people out there like yourselves that can help with that.
Yep.
If you're not ready to bite the bullet and do that, or you want to test the water, so you test the waters for a year or two.
Yep.
And then you're like, okay, well, this really works. Then you have time. Then you can, hey, Barry, do you know somebody looking for a full-time gig? Do you know what I mean? Then you can.
Right.
Right.
And we also have a structure where we're happy with our clients to say, hey, we'll get it going. We'll get it up to speed. And once you're ready to bring somebody in-house, we can show them, hey, this is what we've been doing. This is the tools we use.
This is where we're at.
This is where we're at, right? Here's the numbers. Here's how you keep it going. And geez, if you can do way better than us, which you probably can sometimes, just do it. But we'll help them do that. Others are like, I will just get this. And it goes,
you know what? Barry can be your 16-year-old niece for a year and show you the right way to do it. And then boom, then you're like, you know what? This does work. I really need a full-time person.
Actually, Grace, but we'll have Grace help out with that, our social media gal. So what
I thought Grace was going to be on the interview. What happened? I think that's how you baited me to do this. I'm pretty. You said Grace wants to interview. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You both are very cool and all. And I was like, oh,
She has a really
Grace
cool
wants to interview?
accent. She has a really
bait
cool,
and switch.
she has a really cool accent. I like it.
Awesome.
Grace says, I don't want to know that guy that has issues with hamburgers and never sees.
Don't speak for Grace. She might be in a lunatics. You don't know.
Right? You never know.
I should have brought Grace in
All right,
here.
edit that out. Edit that out.
Yeah, let me send her the link.
Amanda, edit that out. Oh, this isn't our gig. Damn. Oh, all right.
Anyways, so on the since we're talking about marketing, this is a marketing podcast. What trends have you seen in the industry as far as what people need to think about moving forward, as far as what you guys have seen with the restoration and build space, as far as how they need to think about stuff, other than what we've already talked about?
Man, I think we cover the majority of it. It's the world today. You got to make sure you're keeping up with it. And the social media is it.
Yeah.
Get the right equipment, get the right camera, get the right program,
There you
get the
go.
right person, and it is the world today. We still deal with, so I don't want to knock the magazines. We cut a lot of magazines out because it just weren't performing, but then we still deal with the magazines that actually get it. They cross over social media. You go to an event and the magazine is there,
Right.
but just like the magazine stuff was it back in the day where you advertise it, social media is where it's at. That seems to be the focus. And the trend is that people are catching on. The trend is those people going, hey, I hired a full-time social media person.
Yeah.
We just spent some time at Gas Monkey with Richard on the way back from Dino's, and he's got a team. It is crazy. I thought we had a team. He's got like 9 dudes,
Really?
cameras. I mean, yeah, it's insane. We got that all for the YouTube channel and all for the giveaway stuff, but he's got an entire team. We went there to do something. He's like, come down, we'll shoot some content. I brought Lacey Blair with us and
I was just going to
Rockford.
say that.
Yeah, and we had but here I am with my little Osmo thingy,
Osmo.
and Lacey's there with her cell phone, and Candy's with us with her phone, and here comes this army of guys. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And it is Richard's entire crew.
Wow,
Right.
he
He's
went
like,
he
"Oh,
went
man."
all in. Wow.
Yes, and I'm just like,
kind of seems
"This is
like
your
an
crew?"
all-in kind of guy.
Oh yeah, it's all or nothing with him.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man. So you guys just shoot. We'll shoot around you. I don't care if you step into our. So, and I'm like, which camera? He goes, all of them. I'm like, okay. And we shot, but man, he had an army.
That's
He had
awesome.
multiple camera guys, multiple editors, one guy running the whole thing. It was crazy.
So,
But
what-
I'm thinking about it. That's how he built. That's how he built his brand.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah.
So advice though, I will say that for the average shop, this will work fine. Don't overthink.
Oh
it,
yeah.
right.
Oh
don't,
yeah.
Don't think you got to go spend thousands of dollars on equipment that you then
Nope.
have to figure out how to use. Right. If you have
All we
the
did
team
was
and the
a
budget, do it. But
It was me, Jason, and his cell phone when I first started. No microphones, just his cell phone and me pitching my voice. That's it. And now we've got a whole, but the camera, Candy and Chrome, she does a lot of content with us. She does content constantly. It's on her phone.
Yeah.
All her editing is on her phone. Everything is on her phone, and she does just fine.
Yeah.
And she killed it.
yeah, she does.
And
Yeah.
we're she travels with us, and when we're traveling, she's like, I love traveling with you because I'm in the back seat, quiet, and I'm just editing while you're driving. And she's back there.
Right.
I hand her 6-foot cord, and she's plugged in, and that's all she does. And
Yep.
yeah, you're right. The phone works just fine. You got to start somewhere. Just start with the phone,
Yeah.
or the right niece with with the phone. But yeah,
Right.
you don't have to have all that fancy equipment. I just brought him out. I just threw Richard out as an example. Like he gets it. He has
Yeah.
an entire art. No joke.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
We have. Yeah.
one thing I want to touch on, and that is, you've said this a lot, is just being authentic. Don't overthink it. Don't do 30 takes and then never publish anything. I've done that before.
No. There's a little finger pointing right there. Do I need to get out of the way? Because I'm like in the middle.
Watch out.
He knows exactly what I'm talking about. There's been multiple times where he'll say, oh, I built something, but I didn't post it. And I'm like, well, send it to me and let me see what you built. And he did it. And I'm like, why don't you post that? That was great. And he was like, I don't know. Like, I overthought it. And I'm like, don't think, just do. Like, can't you listen to Maverick? Come on. Like, for real. Like,
Well, we do interviews. That's the first thing. They're like, oh, I'm like, listen, I don't want to make you nervous, but we don't edit. There's no,
Yeah.
what do you mean? There's no, and go. That's
Yeah.
it. And they're like, wait, what do you mean there's no, wait, that's how we do it. You guys are so unprofessional. I know. Keep talking. And that's how we do it. Obviously, we do some minor editing, but it's like, no, we're not going to do that. So if you drop a bomb, there'll be a buzz there. That's it. Just, keep going. You got to be authentic. You got to have fun.
Yeah.
Hey guys, you're watching the Gearheads and Gasoline podcast. I'm Jason with AMD. Check this out.
Although I will say,
Warren.
100% I'm with you on the be authentic part, but I have found for some of my clients, and I think Barry would kind of fit into this a little bit, is that when you are initially getting started, right, and you don't really know like what your style is or what your personality is or how to kind of hone that, is that take advantage of teleprompters, right? Like put some information into a teleprompter so that you can at least
Tell what? What is it?
well, you don't need it, but there's a lot of people out there who do.
Just kidding. No, have your ideas laid out, have them ready.
Well,
I mean, when we first started, we had a dry erase board behind Jason. It was Jason, his cell phone, dry erase board.
Yep.
He'd hit his ideas, and I'd be looking over his shoulder easily because I'm a lot taller than him. I'd be looking over his shoulder at the ideas
easy with
behind
the
him.
short
And
jokes there, buddy.
So here's a trick for the teleprompter thing, as we did 3 takes leading into this podcast. Read what the hell's on your teleprompter if you're going to use. I did 3. Yeah.
Don't say we.
Yeah.
You.
I did 3.
don't get us wrapped up in this, Bobby.
Me and Eddie were doing just great.
You're doing just great watching me not read my teleprompter and messing it up.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's
No, but
I
mean, editing is cool, but have fun, be authentic.
Yeah.
You can't
it's got to be real.
what am I looking for? You can't be like, I want to, you know what? I was going to say the weatherman, but man, even the weatherman today,
He's scripted.
goofing off. There's a girl that from the Ozarks that goes back on her social media and makes fun of the people that talk bad about her. Have you seen this girl?
No.
This blonde, like she's a little thick, so they people make fun of her, like, oh, she's thicker than a Snicker when she does her pot. So she'll take that, blow it up in the studio, and she'll read it in that voice and be like, who's this guy? What is he talking? And it's even weathermen aren't stuffy like they were before. My point was I was going to say you can't be a stuffy weatherman, but not even that. They're getting it now.
Man,
they're joking
your
and cutting
weathermen
up
need to talk to our weathermen because our weathermen are stuffy.
Our weatherman here is funny. Our weatherman are one of them we watch all the time. He's hilarious. He's fun with it.
Maybe it's a West Coast thing.
So,
Damn it.
you just can't be stuffy. You got to have fun.
We have all the stuffy people.
Yeah.
Are you guys in the same town?
No, Barry's
Oh.
on the East Coast. He's in New York, and I'm in California.
Oh, you're in California, and you have stuffy weathermen out there too.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's California.
I don't want to say that. I live. What part of California?
Northern.
Northern. All right. I was in like Anaheim, LA.
Oh yeah.
We had 2 offices back then.
That's southern.
when-
So that's about 8 hours
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah, I was a waste. Yeah, I spent some time in Fresno though, but I didn't go any further.
Don't tell people that.
Very. I love Fresno.
So I'm in New York, not New York City. We're upstate New York. No, way upstate New York, outside of Rochester, right? Almost to the Canadian border, right?
Man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's not bad. I'll tell you what
He has beautiful property though.
Yeah.
it's nice up here. I struggle. Reason I say that is we've traveled quite a few places over the world and we'll say we're from New York. Oh, New York City. I always want stop. No, time out. That's a different planet that we wish would break off and float in.
Are you in a Times Square?
Right.
Actually, I have.
Although I have to admit, like I went to New York, what was it, like 2 years ago, Barry? And
yeah, something
we
like
were
that.
there Yeah, because I was doing coverage for Street Outlaws, and we were in New York, and so I text him when we were there, and I was like, "Okay, this doesn't look anything like I was thinking it would look like." And he was all, "Yeah, you're not in New York City," and I was outside of Rochester, and he was all, "Yeah, no, you're like an hour from me." He was all, "You're nowhere close
You're in
to
the
like that."
rolling
And I'm like,
hills
"It's actually
of
pretty up here."
yeah. It's the Finger Lakes areas where Annette was in. We everything north of Westchester County is Western New York. We're the far Western New York, not to Buffalo, about 2 hours from Buffalo, but it's the Finger Lakes area, which is gorgeous. A lot of lakes and
Yeah.
everything, rolling hills,
Yeah.
wineries, distilleries, lots of alcohol
Yeah.
flowing. But and October is awesome when the leaves change and stuff like that. But right
Yeah.
now, it's 26 outside and there's snow on the ground.
Mhm.
That's
No,
Nope.
you can
No
keep
thanks.
that.
I've lived all over. I lived in Michigan. Me and my sisters were born in New York, lived in Dallas, lived all over the country really, and I love this belt of the country. It's nice and cold, but it's not below nothing. It snows
Right.
every other year, and man, no, not a really snow guy. My
Right.
one sister lives in Detroit, and she's like, "Oh, it's nice today. It's like 20 below." I'm like, "What? How are you human beings surviving?"
How is that
Yeah,
nice?
No.
the wind chill, and all. I'm like, "What do you?" I have friends in Canada, same thing. I'm like, "You're what? I don't even know what that equals in kilometers, but that is way too cold for human
Yeah.
beings. What are you guys doing up
Hard pass.
People in Georgia don't know what lake effect is.
No.
there?" Yeah, no.
We
I
get
went to Quebec probably 15 years ago, and that was an experience. Like, I have never, for all intents and purposes, it's probably as close to the North Pole that I'm ever going to get.
yeah, that's a
It was
way
freezing.
north from here. That's
Yeah.
a long ways north from here. Anyways,
It was cold.
we'll be checking out the Georgia area in March and visiting AMD. So we're working on that trip.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice. Well,
Wait,
hopefully
what?
in like
Make sure we're here.
yeah,
right. We're in
No,
like a
we're all
3
over
to
in March.
5 year range that will be moving to Tennessee. So, and where we're
Oh,
looking is not far from Georgia. So we're looking at like Cleveland or somewhere up in that area.
that is awesome. Tennessee's this whole area, the Carolinas, Georgia, Tennessee. You just can't. I mean, it's just so beautiful. I
It
love
is.
it. I love it. I'm not. The boss has asked me many times over the years, "Hey, do you regret the move?" I'm like, "No, buddy. You're gonna regret when you try to get rid of me. You're gonna have to drag me out of here because this is perfect. I love where I
Right.
live. Love the job. So in
That's all.
March, what's the date in March?
we don't know yet. I asked Jason a while back to let me know when's the best time to come down. So we're not there yet.
Because we have a full house in March. Jason might be here because he flies in, but I'll be driving. I've got good guys in Scottsdale. The first weekend in March is a local show for the sheriff, so that might be cool. We'll actually be in town. But yeah, we got Run to the Sun in Myrtle Beach.
You drive to all
tailgate.
those?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got
Road
yeah,
dog.
we've got our one truck is 3 years old. It's got 62,000 miles, and we got it with 7. And then this last trip, because we did C10 Fall Revival, and then we had to go pick up our SEMA truck from Utah before SEMA and Dino's. We did 35 days on the road,
Oh my
36
God.
days on the road, and I got that truck with 50. They changed the oil before we rented the flatbed,
Yeah.
not to put the miles on the in-house truck. Then the dealership changed the oil at 50,200. And when I brought it, this was mid-October.
Yeah.
I brought it back earlier this week, like Tuesday, with 96,000 miles.
Wow.
Damn.
With 59,600 miles.
Damn.
We did we do some miles. We drove.
So do you tow a trailer or do you just drive?
Yeah. No, we have a big rig, a trailer. We got a new trailer this year, so we got the flatbed tows a little bit better.
Yeah.
So we got a double stacker that'll fit all of our booth equipment on top, and then we have a sales kiosk and a vehicle on the bottom floor.
Heck yeah.
And then we have a flatbed, and yeah, we started in Denton, North Carolina, came home, reloaded, unloaded, reloaded. Then we went to Man, St. Louis, Missouri. Where is Blueprint Engine? Kearney,
Oh.
Kearney, Nebraska
Mm-hmm.
is where they are. Then we went to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and then we got stuck there for a day because the pass was out. We
Mm-hmm.
got up at 6 a.m. to head to Utah, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, you kids can't go anywhere. The pass is out." I'm like, "What are we in an old Western? What do you mean the pass is out?" I'm like, whoa,
The
that's
wagons are coming.
yeah. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Oh no, there's snow up at the mountain." I'm
Yeah.
like, "What mountain?" She's like, "Look up." I'm like, "That?" She's like, "Yeah, you guys aren't going." So we were stuck in Cheyenne, Wyoming for a day, me and Rockford, while they cleared the path, or
Yeah.
it got approved, or snow blowed, whatever you snow people do. I don't know, Barry.
We don't get that kind of snow here.
Whatever abominable snow people do.
Yeah. Then we did Utah. So it was cool. We got to do a bunch of shop tours. We went to Blueprint. We did that on our YouTube channel. Kel and those guys are awesome. They have a hell of a facility.
Yeah.
And again, that social media, we could have drove that and I could have not turned on my camera once, but I'm like, if we're going through these towns, content is king. So we did
Absolutely.
Blueprint Engines. We picked up the interior from Cato. So we did a Cato's custom upholstery. We did a walk around his. I hit up Dave Kindig and Kev Dog. I'm like, I know it's days before SEMA. And Kevin's like, I don't care, come down. So we went down there, got to do that, check them out before SEMA. We went to Speed Tech, which is in St. George, between Salt Lake and Vegas. So we stopped in to see Cameron at Speed Tech, did a walk around there. Take advantage, man. Content is king, not just driving around, you know.
That's
Then we
awesome.
dropped into Vegas, did the SEMA thing. Then we went to Dino's Get Down, and then we were able to do GSI, their new facility, and AZ Custom Car Design, Travis, those guys. We went to do their place. So not driving around, but not wasting time, dude, getting all the content we can.
You bring up a really good point, which I want all of our listeners to really pay attention to, or viewers, is that like exactly what your circumstance was, right? Like you had hey, we have an objective, and this is what our goal is where we're going. But somewhere in the mix, you know, something kind of shifts that up, and just like you said, weather in that circumstance. But you guys rallied and you guys came back and said, okay, well, we're going to make the best of this and we're going to hit X, Y, Z, blah, 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 right? So like always be prepared with a contingency of knowing, like, if you don't, can't automatically hit what you're looking for, like find other ways to build content, because it is out there. Like there is a plethora of ways to build content, a plethora of ways to collaborate with businesses and brands. So like take advantage of that, put some strategy into it and roll with it.
Think outside the box.
Yeah.
You know, the material, the truck was supposed to be done. We were going to meet it in Vegas, and the material showed up and it was wrong.
Yeah.
None of our fault. It's not Cato's fault.
Right.
So it's like, what do we do? All right, well, let's just go get the truck. We don't have time. Let's just figure it out. And then if we do that way we'll just save on transport and we'll give Cato time to figure it out. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
We shot up. We're like, hey, since we're going that way, let me, MapQuest Gainesville, Georgia to Salt Lake City, Utah, and literally right across Nebraska. I'm like, oh, let me text Kel, see if we can pop in and annoy him and take advantage. So that's what we did instead of wasting the time. And the content's been great. When's the next time I'm going to go, or if we didn't have the objective, it would have been a waste of a budget. Let's go up there and do all that. No, let's do it while we're doing it. That's right. That fell right into the SEMA budget, as far as gas and fuel, a little bit more, but it wasn't, just think outside the box.
Yeah. My wife hates it when we go on vacation, because like we every March we kind of leave. We leave here to get away from the snow, but so when we come back, spring is right around the corner, right? And my niece lives outside of Atlanta, okay? And I'm going, AMD's here, Thomas Dickerson's shop's here, a little bit farther, Trucks is over here. She goes, we're not going to stop at all your customers. Well, kind of. But you'll love them.
When you guys showed up in Florida, I was like, what are you guys doing here? We're like, we're on vacation. I'm like, are you allowed to be here on your vacation? Are you allowed?
Yeah. So I our one of our guests recently, I was in Fort Lauderdale, just hanging out for a few days before we hopped on a plane to go to St. Thomas. The creative workshop wasn't far away. I totally forgot that they were close and didn't go visit. I've been at their shop before, Jason Wangett's shop, but you talk about that when we went to visit you at that one show. You have the Eddy Bear Foundation, And so we're like,
Yeah, yeah, probably
on
bears. Thank you very
vacation, I'm
much.
visiting Walmart looking for a teddy bear to bring to them.
And I appreciate it, buddy. Trust me, super
Aw.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yay!
we did that the same thing when we got to Columbus this year. We go, oh, we gotta go shopping.
It's crazy, dude. I was at Dino's last year, and an old couple comes up to me, and I still get emotional thinking about it. It's been over a year, and they're like, "Hey, you're Eddy, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." They go, "Oh, we've seen your videos." I'm like, "That's awesome. Thank you." Usually it's AMD truck stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, well, our son has a C10. He's here, and he's a fan of you guys, and he showed us your videos, and we saw the bear stuff, and we just wanted to like help. And I'm like, okay. And they give me a bag of bears. This older couple, well, they could have been my age. I don't know. And I was just like, wait, what? And it took me a minute. She goes, yeah, we're not here for the show. Our son is here somewhere with his friends, but we want to make it a point to come find you and thank you for what you do. And brought me bears. And I was like, lady, I got a job to do. I can't be sitting here crying like an idiot. You can't do this to me here. Lady, what are you nuts? It was just crazy. She's like, oh yeah, we saw your videos and you kind of explain what you do. And we think that's great. The car stuff's cool and all, but we're not into that. I was just like, holy cow.
Yeah.
And it's just everywhere I go on this trip now, everywhere we went, we do a pre-Dino's thing at Dixon Flannel, and they're like, hey, we invited people to bring toys and stuffed animals. I'm like, that's cool. Sure enough, they had a box of stuff when I got there. I was like, this is crazy. So
Well, tell
just
us
like
about that a little more. How that you came up with that, and what is Eddy Bear Foundation?
Well, I mean, I've always done charity stuff, giving back. That was something my mom like kind of put in me. You got to give back to people that are less fortunate, whatever. Just give back.
Yeah.
And so I started doing a show for a fallen club member back in the day, who was in an accident in South Florida. We went to the ER. They wouldn't let us in to see him. They're like, you guys aren't, if he survives the weekend, he's going to have a ton of rehab, but regardless, you guys are not immediate family. You can't see him.
Wow.
And we were young. We were in high school. We're like, we're clogging up the ER. We were kids. And we just rushed there and parked our trucks in the ER entrance. It was actually horrible that we did that, but we were kids. And, so they're like, you want to do something? I'm going to have 100 people this weekend like this. So you guys want to do something? Go donate blood because your friend's going to need surgery along with everybody else. And it just clicked. So I started doing a show back in the day called Blood Drag in South Florida. And, drag is blood drive is what it is. It was a blood drive, but it was automotive based. So if you're in the automotive scene, you don't drive anything. You drag race, drag frame, DB drag, or the sound competition. So I just put that together real quick, blood drag. And I did that for about 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I switched gears to the bear stuff because I'm part of a Star Wars costume club group. So I'm a big man. Don't laugh, Barry.
I want to see you in costume is what I was thinking.
I was going to say, by your admission of this, you're going to have to share a photo, right?
I have a Vader suit that I've been building for many years, but it's just one of those things. But the group that I'm associated with, they're governed by Disney. You have to have an authentic, costume from the movies, and you can't do anything for profit. If you're caught, you're actually blacklisted, kind of thing. So I can't show up to like your nephew's birthday as Darth Vader, and we can't do that. But if you see any videos on Facebook or anything like that of Star Wars characters at a children's hospital, especially in the wards upstairs, it is us because we're like, it's that group. It's 501c3. You can't get in. A normal Joe Blow can't walk in to a children's hospital. They don't allow that. So, and they invited me to do this thing for the hospital, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that'd be cool. And I went, and first of all, bringing these toys to these kids were talking about a grown man crying. I had to take a break and go out in the hallway. And buddies came out and they were like, you all right? I'm like, sorry, man. I just, not used to this. This is pretty heavy. And they're like, listen, dude, we all have different costumes. Some are open face, some are characters. He's like, dude, we all do helmet characters for these because trust me, we're all crying inside, but it's not about us. And I was like, oh man, that killed me even more. So through that, I met the liaison for the hospital. She's like, yeah, I'm like, and I just started, how can I help? What else can we do? Like, this is incredible. And then she's like, oh, well, it's stuffed animals and this, and so then I've got my hot rod friends and I got my nerd friends. I'm like, how do I combine that? So we did a thing at a local Build-A-Bear, invited a bunch of hot rod guys out. They opened an hour early in this really yuppity mall in Royal Palm Beach called Wellington. And it's funny to have all these yuppity ritzy moms and kids at the gate, and they didn't let them in. There's like 30 old men in there building bears. Like, what the hell's going on? Sorry, we're having a private party. I don't see any kids. Mind your own business, lady. So
Right.
we did a bunch of Build-A-Bears. Then I went, gave them with the guys that I was affiliated with, and we took them to the hospital. And the kids loved them and went crazy. And the lady goes, I think it's very awesome that you did that. And she's like, this and that, but those things are like $100 a piece. And we were like, hell yeah. And we got like 25 of them. She goes, yeah, I have like 80 kids, a stuffed
like,
animal.
oh.
You can go to Walmart. And I was just like, oh shit. And totally made sense. So then we did that for about a year. And my friend's niece, a friend of mine's niece, passed out at school.
Mm.
They take her to the children's hospital. She's type 1 diabetic. Her blood sugar was like 800. Obviously, nobody knew it's type 1. And so she was there for 3 days. She comes home. My friend knows what I do when I started doing the bear stuff. And her niece had like a unicorn or giraffe or something. She's like, hey, where'd that's really nice. Just, she's, oh, I got it from the hospital. She's like, that's super nice. And she's like, the Eddy Bear brought it. I can't even talk about it. She said the Eddy Bear brought it. And she's like, what do you mean? She goes, oh, the Eddy Bear. It's like he's like the Easter bunny. He comes and brings bears to the kids in the hospital.
Aww.
I was like, what did you say?
Wow.
And she told me that, and she's crying, telling me, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I called my liaison. She goes, well, your name is Eddie. You're a big teddy bear, and the kids like to have a story to go with it. So that's what I came up with, and that's literally where Eddy Bear was born. Her name is
Aww.
Michelle. She left the hospital. I never saw her again. I wish she could know what she started, but yeah. And they're like, yeah, the cousin of the tooth fairy or the Easter bunny or whatever comes and brings bears to the kids at night. I'm like,
Aw,
what?
that's
And I called her. I'm
awesome.
like, why would you do this and not tell me? Like, and she was like, no, I'm like, that is amazing. And literally, that's where Eddy Bear was formed. So I switched the blood stuff to the bear stuff, changed the name of my show from Blood Drag to Bear Drive. And I've been doing Eddy Bear ever since. And then when I moved up here, the owner caught wind of what I do, and he just was all about it. So when we do our events, man, the company sponsors it, covers everything. He pays
Nice.
for the flyers, the staff, the awards, everything. And all he ever says is, we got bears for the kids. Oh, you keep doing that. And that's it. And then I'm like, hey, man, I'm like legal 501c3. I can give you a tax write-off for all of it. She's like, no, I don't care about all that. Make sure you're getting stuff for the kids. And
That's
it
cool.
is exploded more than I ever thought it could be. I have contracts with our sheriff's office. That's it. So I'm doing a hospital for many years down there. And then I come up here and I got hooked up with Choa. Jason's wife worked at Choa.
Uh-huh.
So it was a real quick connection. So I was doing that for them. And through weird things, I ran into the sheriff of Hall County, and I talk to anybody. So I'm talking to this guy at City Hall. I don't know who the hell he is. I just moved here. And he's like, oh, well, that's pretty cool. And we do this. So I'm like, who are you? Oh, I'm sheriff. I'm like, oh, you work for the sheriff's county? He goes, no, I'm the sheriff of Hall County. I was like, oh.
Like, you're it.
Like,
You're the guy.
He's like, yeah. He's like, you don't recognize me? I said, oh, I'm sorry, man. I've only been here for like 6 months. He goes, yeah, I'm on billboards all over the place. That's fine. Just forget that. I'm glad that you don't know who I really am, and you're just talking to me like an old person. I was like, yeah, because we have people donate bears to us. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then you guys give them to the hospital? He goes, no, we use them. And it didn't click for me. And he's like, yeah, my officers run into kids for car accidents,
Oh, yeah.
domestic disputes, fires, evictions,
Yeah.
things that kids have no control over. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
So then, man, I have a contract with him now. He gets an allowance every 6 months from one of my events. And anything that is 13 inches or smaller gets a Ziploc bag,
Mm-hmm.
and one gets put in every patrol vehicle in our county.
Aw.
So when I do the events, I separate them big to small, and then the sheriff of the county next to us, hey, we follow you. They reached out. We follow you on social media. We're car guys here too. We'd like to be a part of that. So I have a contract with them.
Nice.
Jefferson County in Tennessee No Limit Engineering, the chassis company. The owner, Rob, his wife works with the PD there. They get an allowance. And then my buddy Brian Harrison was part of from Tennessee, from Harrison's Rod and Customs. He was part of the response team for the tragedy in Asheville a couple years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. I remember him talking about that.
I sent them cases of bears, and he's like, dude, I'm here ground level, dude. I'm here, boots on the ground, dude. And I'm like, done. I sent them bears. They were able to, like, it's crazy the response that I've gotten.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think you were saying one of the sheriff's office, they actually have a checklist of all the stuff that's in the car, and they have to have a bear in the car. That's on the checklist.
That's the contracts that if I'm going to go in all the way. I don't.
Yeah.
If that's the case, and so it's in the 2 counties, it's part of like their checklist. So if you have a patrol vehicle and your boss goes, that spot check, and you don't have your stop sticks, your flashers, a flare, your fluorescent vest,
right.
an Eddy Bear, that marks against you, like not having your equipment for work.
Right. How very cool. Man, that's
so
awesome.
That is taken over. Like I'm at SEMA and walking around with a bag of bears because someone's like, hey, someone left this for you. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I get a package every other week. I'll get something from Amazon here in my name, open it up, and it's a bear from Amazon. No, just sent to me. Have no idea who, like, all the time. It's
blessed.
Very, very grateful. Yeah.
Blessed.
I'm able to do that. And it's just been, man, people from all over. Even Barry on vacation in Florida.
Yeah. And in Ohio. Didn't have room to pack one for SEMA, but.
No, it's all good. Yeah, people just, good guys gave me a bunch of the little monkeys that they have. Like, they caught wind of what I do, and they're like, well, here's a case of like 75 monkeys. I'm like, what? Like, just crazy, man.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Annette Bauer Creative. At Annette Bauer Creative, we understand the power of visual storytelling in transforming brands and driving growth. From capturing the essence of your products and services to showcasing the unique solutions you offer, our professional imagery and reels help bring your brand to life. Fuel your brand and ignite your vision at AnnetteBauerCreative.com.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
That's good. That's how it should be, right? When you help people, then you should like inspire other people to want to help. I think that is, like the ideal.
And inspiration is the word, because I have people just sending me stuff all the time. We have an event coming up, and I have guys in the industry from just sending me, here's some money to add to the pot. And then we do the event and we take animals. I would rather have the animals than the cash,
right.
But people end up giving us cash, and then we get stuff for the raffle. Like Kicker gives us stuff, and Optum Battery carries great. And then Mike at Phytech gives us, a unit worth over $1,000 to raffle off. And he's like, just put all the money towards the bears. So then we take all that money and we go locally and we shop.
Nice.
There was a local toy store, but it closed down, unfortunately. But we hooked up with Five Below to get, when we do our events, people bring us big stuff, which is fine. That's the stuff that goes to the hospital, but I still got to feed my law enforcement. So we'll take any cash and we'll go to a toy store and buy smaller stuffed animals or Hot Wheels. That's, and Five Below, the manager contacted me. I was like, I just went in with another friend of mine here that does Toys for Tots. So I went with her and her husband, spent about $4,000. What are you guys doing? We're doing this. And she's like, and he'll be here Saturday. He does one too.
Yeah.
And she got my number. And then that GM or district manager called me and they're like, hey, I've authorized, since you're like a 501c3, on top of everything you purchase, we're going to give you another 25% off your bill. And I was like,
nice.
What?
Wow.
They're like, we got plenty of stuffed animals. You're doing great. It's staying here in Hall County in our community. So, and it's for the law enforcement. She got, the manager relayed everything up the hill. Everything I said, she relayed perfectly. Yeah. And you're coming to buy the smaller stuff that fits in the bag so that we want to be a part of that. I'm like, that's crazy. So during Christmas time, which is bonkers, they're going to knock off another big chunk of our bill because we're helping out the county. So again, just super blessed, man. Hand over fist. It's crazy.
That is so cool, man. What a cool story. You are awesome.
Yeah, here's the thing. I was very bad when I was younger. So
you're
when
redeeming.
When it's all said and done, I'm probably still going downstairs, but I'm just trying to get like some VIP or some ice water. I'm just trying to line that part up for when the end comes, and I just want to have like a velvet rope. I gotta if I'm going to be somewhere, I got to make sure that I'm there. So
I trust that you'll be there.
Well, if
Up
I'm going to be
there,
downstairs,
not
I
down
want
there.
a velvet. I want ice water. I want velvet. I want a couch.
Oh, you don't have very many requests. I'm glad that this is minimal.
Or I'm hoping to get thrown out. I'll be like, never mind, go upstairs, dude. You're too much. You're like, all right, that's fine.
He'll be up there. I have faith.
Awesome.
That's so cool. What an incredible way to give back and to just do good. I just think that that's a really cool story. I love that you've put so much heart and passion and love into it, and that you've gotten so many other people to be equally as giving, right? And just
The
heartfelt.
automotive industry is just
Oh,
that's what's blowing me away the most. Like, what do you do? Oh, I do this for fun on the side. Like,
Yeah.
to me, I feel like I'm just, I wear a Darth Vader costume on the side for fun. That's how I feel. And people are just like, what? And then say, I know I have bears showing up from like QA1, and I'm just like, what is this? And I'm
Right?
like, oh, they sent me coilovers. Oh, so it's kind of light though. I'm like, oh, Phytech sent me a unit. Oh, it's really light. Open it up, bears. It's just crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
Wow.
Like how the industry
so
is coming.
cool.
Yeah, dude, I didn't expect that at all. And it still blows me away. I'm very humbled, man. We went to Blueprint and I texted Kel that I was coming. They had employees bring in stuffed animals. When I showed up, there were stuffed animals in the lobby. I'm like, so I'm trying to do come on, man. I'm trying to do my spiel on camera. And I'm like, well, now we got to stop because now I'm getting choked up. What did you guys do? They're like, oh, we collected it with you. And I'm like, shit. Now, okay, cut the fucking camera. We got to start over. I need a minute now. What'd
No
you guys
editing, Eddie.
So Eddie, now I know why you have that big studio up in the new trailer. It's not for a studio. It's to fill it with bears, right?
Yes. Oh, it came back from the West Coast with like 4 or 5 bags.
No kidding.
Garbage bags. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Between Blueprint, of course, SEMA, Dino's, and even Richard Rollins' place. We did a thing at his new restaurant, the Gas Monkey Ice House place. And between all that, I came back with garbage bags full, and they were in that overhead compartment.
That is so cool.
They
Yeah.
absolutely were.
Cool.
So if anybody listening wants to send me a bear, all the info's on eddybear.org. I am going to plug that.
Perfect.
Eddy with a Y, by the way, not an IE. EDDY, eddybear.org. And it's the address to AMD, and you just send it here. So, like I said, every other week I get a package randomly out of nowhere. And it's amazing. It really is.
We'll make sure that we plug it for sure, because I think that that's really cool.
Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. Sweet. Barry,
Thanks
do
for
you have any other questions?
I have-
You've got your questions,
So,
sir.
I have a script of questions. I used one.
See, I wasn't
and I
lying.
knew that I'm pretty positive I wouldn't need any of those. Okay. I used one to get things going. We rock and roll, man, but I'm out of questions.
We good? You want to go through the script? I don't want to throw you off your script game.
Hey, he did exceptionally good this time, because there is a lot of times when Barry asks not 1, not 2, but 3 questions in a row. It doesn't give you time to answer the first one.
Barry, shoot me a question now. Now I feel bad. Shoot me a question.
Shoot you a question.
Yeah, a script question.
He doesn't. He just
You
threw a
threw it-
script
I'm a
down.
4 behind you. I'm a 4 behind you, buddy.
I have to get the script back.
He
Shoot
threw
me
it
a
down.
script question. I feel bad. I don't.
Okay. I got one for you. So how do Star Wars and cosplay, which I have no clue what freaking cosplay is, fit into
You
your
don't know what
life
cosplay
outside
is?
of work? I'm old.
Oh, that's literally-
see the gray mustache? Old.
Okay, I'm old and I know what cosplay is.
I've heard of it.
It's-
I
it-
just haven't. I got other things to worry about. But that's my question.
You know, Star Wars is a big passion of mine.
I know that.
If you've seen me sleeveless, I'm covered in tattoos. Star Wars has just always been a thing for me. So tripping across this group of guys at 501c3 official, governed by Disney. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I really like rules and structure.
Mhm.
Maybe it's because I like to break them and push them. I don't know, but these
think
guys
that's
have
it.
rules and structure. and ask Jason that question. They do this stuff and it's all charity based. You can't do anything, and it just inspired me to do that. And that's where I wish I could focus more on it. I'm just so busy with work. I'd love to finish my costume and do more cosplay with them, meaning that if there's a con of some kind or a charity event or a parade, the guys get together that are equipped, that are on the next level, that their suit is complete, and they get to go and they take pictures with the kids and do all that. And that's the big thing. And then, and if your suit's not complete and you're associated with them, which is what I am, you're a handler. So you go to an event and you're making sure that the guy in the 8-foot, 9-foot Chewbacca costume isn't tripping and falling over some kid because he can barely see out of it.
Right.
And, no one's pulling on capes or nothing nonsense. So we just kind of wrangle everybody and make sure that everybody's safe. But I wish I could do that more. I did that more south than I've been in Atlanta because of my traveling.
Yeah.
But we do have a huge event here, DraggerCon, Labor Day weekend, that I'm just hope to attend one day with the local group here.
Nice.
But I mean, it doesn't. I wish it fit more than it did. I just don't have the time between Eddy Bear and AMD. It's just that takes up all of my time.
Yeah. Well, fun fact, crazy enough. So my husband has actually never, I don't know what rock he's been under, ever seen a Star Wars.
Oh man.
That's what I said. I was like, are you kidding me? Like never. And he was like, nope. And I'm
That
like,
stinks. I was gonna say I want to meet your husband, but now him and I are enemies.
yeah,
That really
automatic
sucks.
out. I get it.
Barry.
Don't do it. Don't say it, Barry, because we're friends.
And he's gonna be like, that's it. I'm out. Bye.
Okay.
Barry, don't say it. I feel like there's something on the tip of your tongue. You better not.
I sat in the first Star Wars movie in the theater when it came out. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say what I was going to say because
no, that's perfect. I thought you were going to say something like
he was
Annette's husband. Like, don't you dare say it.
You mean the show that the guy in the red shirt always dies? About that?
Don't.
Oh, okay.
Don't say it. How dare you? I thought we were friends.
How dare you?
No, seriously. I remember watching the first Star Wars when it came out as a big deal. I've seen a number of them, but I can say I'm really not a Trekkie. Just not.
Good. Well, you can't say that because you're cool. If you weren't cool, I could be like, all right, I expect that from you.
Right.
But you can't say that. You're cool, so you're a Star Wars fan. That's how it works.
That's right.
Just in case you didn't know, I'm validating that, so you know. Cool.
It's official right now.
It's official.
I like these script questions. Anything else? More script questions? I want to give Barry, he takes a long time to write these questions and put them together. So we got to give him his time.
He
Shoot me
doesn't
another
take
one,
a long
Barry.
time to write these. These are like, I mean, he goes by who our guest is, right? Because he wants to legitimately know more about you and what you do and who you are and all the good things. But he's he's a very scripted guy.
So I use ChatGPT to take the stuff you give us. I can tell Eddy's sentence are like one sentence when he filled out our intake
Like
form.
Eddy's like, hold on a second. I thought there was actually some investment in
took
this.
me.
No, I feel bad saying that.
Eddie, like,
Barry worked so hard, ChatGPT. Oh, never mind.
Just fill out the intake form. Eddie, actually, the intake form, the biggest thing about that is checking that box that says we can use your likeness. But I'll answer the question here.
Did I check that?
You have to check it. That's required. That's only required box in the form, I think.
So whether you like it or not, we are.
Totally fine.
Well, Eddy's going to use the stuff all over the place because we just talked for an hour and 25 minutes so far about how to go all in on social media. But what's your favorite way to bring more industry celebrities into your marketing?
Man, say that again. My favorite way?
Oh God.
First of all, I just want to say, Barry, you are liar, pants on fire because you literally I have no more questions. Liar, you literally do.
I had lots of questions, but I liked how the thing went without asking lots of scripted questions. I said, look, this is just my backup in case we have a guest
ask
that
the
doesn't
question.
talk.
In case I'm boring?
No,
No.
we've never had a guest that just got.
God,
Is my
that's not
screen
true.
frozen? No,
That is
I don't know
actually
what to
not
do.
true.
Oh wait, yeah,
We-
you're right. That's been a
That is
while.
actually not true.
Get celebrities into the
What's your
marketing.
favorite way to bring more industry celebrities into your marketing? This was a stupid AI question. I didn't have time to edit them.
I think that's more of like an influencer thing, right? Like, how do you guys get influencers, if you deal with them, to be more involved with what you guys do? Like, we'll take, for example, perfect example, like you'd said you were down at Richard Rawlings and he had Lacey Blair there, right? So you've got like two influencers, like although Richard has his own little thing, but like Lacey, by all intents and purposes, is definitely an influencer.
Yes. Well, with her, it was she was in the burnout pit at SEMA. Candy, that does the YouTube channel with me.
Yeah.
Her and I covered SEMA. She wiggled her way into the burnout pit. She got in front of Lacey. She's like, "Hey, I really want to talk to you." That was it. And she's like, "Oh yeah, absolutely. When this is over, we'll do it." She called me and Jay. She's like, "Yo, I got Lacey Blair to interview." And me and Jason are like, "We are on our way." We got to the door. Lacey got us in as far as the VIP in the back where the burnout guys was.
Yeah.
And we do Freddie LSX already, and we do Robbie Layton. So those guys are already there. So, and she's just like, "Oh, AMD, I know who you guys are." And then it's a sales pitch at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, we really want to, we interview her, let her do her thing. And then when it's over, it's always like, "Hey, please, if you want to do something with us, let us know." And then we're doing a build with her. She's like, "I'd love to do, a truck like Freddie LSX." I'm like, "Well, let's do it." You're literally, I know the guys you should talk to. They're like this guy next to me and me, like, she's like, "For real?" And we're like, "Yeah." And boom, that's it.
You're like, "Do you know who we are?"
No, I didn't say that. But I was like, we want to work with you. I sent you some messages before. You got to joke. You have to have an aspect of it. And I'm like, "We sent you messages over the last couple of years, but you never got back to us. I figured you didn't like us." She's like, "Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
I have an assistant for that. Oh, no. Here's my number. Take it down. Let's build something." And, you just make him feel at home,
Yeah.
joking with her. And that was it. And then I'm like, "Where you at?" "I'm in Texas." I'm like, "Oh, that's fine. Have you ever been to Gas Monk?" She goes, "Oh, I love those guys. I haven't been to the actual shop yet." I'm like, "All right, well, we're passing through on the way back. We're doing an open house at his place. If you want to come hang out." And she's like, "Hell yeah." And then she just pulled up, jumped in Rockford's truck,
did burnout,
roasted,
But I
the
mean, I
burnout.
think like the way that, if I'm hearing you correctly, and kind of going back to Barry's question, is that a big part of how companies and brands and people get an opportunity to engage with influencers or bring kind of that celebrity status in is very relational, right? Like in the sense of relationships, right? It's like who like who you've worked with that knows this person, who knows that person, all this, like that, like level, what is it, like the 7 degrees of separation, like knowing somebody, right, that can help do that with you, help you with that.
Yeah, and it just sticking to the plan. As soon as Candy got in front of her, she's introducing herself, talking to her. "I'd love to do some content with you. I have my brand, and then I'm with AMD Garage." And while she's talking to her, she's texting us. Like, "I'm talking to Lacey Blair.
Get over here right now."
You guys want to talk to her?" And I'm like, "Where are you? We're coming right now."
Yeah.
Because we had tried to get in contact with her. But once now, forget it. Now she's like, "Oh, what are we going to do?" Now, she loves us. Now she's, going to do stuff with us. So it's just a matter of trying to get in there. And over the years, man, I've just been in the industry in California and just try to, always do what I say and come through with what I promise. The deliverables are a thing, and just building relationships that way where, here I left for a little bit, came back, and everyone's like, "Oh man, where you been?"
Right.
So
I've been here the whole time.
kind of.
I think a lot of it too is that, and I've said this before on the show, I've felt that the automotive aftermarket is like a big family, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, it is.
It's a dysfunctional family, but we're all family.
But it's true. This is true. I'm definitely the question when it comes to Thanksgiving dinner. Do we bring Eddy? Oh man, all right. Make sure the kids have it plugged. Make sure their ears are plugged. All right. No, remind him no stories of when he managed a strip club. All right, just make sure he knows what he can hear. And boom, I'm here. I'm at Thanksgiving dinner.
Ta-da!
Yeah, so I can see how some of these podcasts that I've watched, like on whiskey, that go 3 hours. I could see how they end up going that long. We've gone an hour and a half, and it's usually 45 minutes to an hour our schedule. But
oh, really?
This shows, this shows that we're having fun. We love it.
All right, I would say you might have to edit that down.
No.
Yeah, you got to rope. I'm definitely the rope in kind of guy.
But the thing is that people love people who can just engage, right? Like if it's like this stodgy, all like you ask a question and then it's just like crickets, nobody wants to listen to that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm definitely you can ask Jason that one. You definitely got to reel me in, which is better than having to round me up. Because yeah. All right. Focus. Come back around. An hour and a half. Oh man, Barry, I'm sorry, buddy.
No, I love it.
Make it a 2-parter. Do 245s. I'll do an intro for you. Hey, it's Eddy Part 2.
And then you have to go change your shirt then.
You're like, I can't. I got a Star Wars shirt underneath this one. I can change my shirt.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Motorhead Digital. Motorhead Digital are digital marketing experts for your automotive aftermarket, restoration, performance, race, and restyling shop. They help you supercharge your shop's website, social media, and entire online presence to attract those badass customers you're looking for. Check us out at motorheaddigital.com.
This one, I can change my shirt and you can edit some of that out and be like, hey, we had to split into two because Eddy talks so much.
You don't have to apologize for anything. Like I said in the email I sent, we may get on a roll.
Yeah. It is fun. But I am going to kick into our speed round because I do have appointments that I have to get to.
Totally get it.
With that being said, I always kind of segue into this by saying, like, truthfully, like, it has been so cool to get to know you and to understand more about who you are and how you impact AMD, what you do for, your Eddy Bear. I just think that is so cool. And all the things that you're doing in our industry to keep it moving forward, to keep the energy and the vision and the passion into it. So thank you so much for sharing who you are with us and our audience.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys giving me the time. Even though we ran over, Barry, I'm sorry, but I do appreciate
you say I'm sorry once more. I'm going to slap you right through the screen. We'd love having you here. This has been really fun, man.
Awesome.
Guys,
thank you very, very much.
All right.
What'd I do?
Nothing. He was like, if you say that one more time, I'm going to slap you through. And I'm like, can you do that? I'm going to see how this works.
You can go through the screen, like virtually.
Right? Gosh, be nice. Anyway. All right. So speed round, the way that the speed round works is just like it sounds. First thing that comes to your mind when I ask the question, don't think too long on it. We've got a total of 4 questions and then we'll have a closing for you. So pretty simple. First question is, what's your favorite driver, team, hot rod, muscle car, or truck?
Wait, what? One of those?
Yeah, or all. Like you can. What's your favorite? It can be a driver, a team, a hot rod, a muscle car, or a truck, or if you've got a combination.
Ooh. When it comes to the vehicles, I'm a dual headlight guy. I don't know why. I just love that. So, 58, 59 Chevy truck is what I have personally is my favorite truck.
Nice.
My personal truck. Car is going to be, I know there's a million of them and clones, but the 70 Chevelle dual headlight. I love that car. And that's like definitely my favorite as far as vehicles go.
That's awesome. I love both of those options. Next question. What is your favorite tool in your toolbox?
Oof. Right now it's the leaf blower because it's that time of the year, but just a basic drill, man. I mean, there's not much you can't do around the house or on your car with just my Ryobi cheap little Home Depot drill and little bits. I mean, you can't beat a power drill for everything, really.
Hey, I will give you, there is another dual purpose for your leaf blower, in case you didn't know this. So I have a lifted truck, and one of the things I absolutely hate doing after I wash it is drying it. So my husband
Oh,
bought me a compact leaf blower that I use to just blow all the water off.
yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that lately. Yeah.
It works
It,
fantastic.
it has
So
like
all of,
yep,
go ahead.
that has it has like a little adapter tube to shoot out more power.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah, it works really well. So all of 5'1" of me and my 9-foot truck is
Big, tall ladder too, right?
yeah, exactly. All right. And next question is, do you have a favorite racetrack, auto event, or car show?
All right. My favorite track is no longer, and I'm going to say it because I grew up there, is the old Moroso Motorsports Park in
Okay.
West Palm. I used
Yeah.
to go there when I was a kid. Then when Fast and Furious blew up, I had the honor of working for Sue Moroso, which was the granddaughter, judging the events and promoting the events there. And that just, it became Palm Beach International. Now it's closed, but man,
Right.
nothing beats Moroso. That was pretty much where I grew up, and man, I missed that track. It was a lot of fun.
Right.
A lot of fun.
Nice. Nice.
What was the other part of that question? Because I started getting nostalgia for a minute.
Auto event or car show?
Oh, event. I have two. Man, I have two. Event quality production, like just a staple in the industry, is going to be Good Guys Columbus.
Yeah.
I feel like that show is still a phenom. But as far as the oddest, craziest shit, if just the craziest thing is going to be Dino's Get Down, man. I mean, 10,000. And it just, hey, man, I'm going to have a show where it's free to bring your truck and free to spectate.
Right.
And 12 years later, it's the biggest thing in the country. It's such an anomaly.
It started out in the parking lot of
And
his appliance store, right?
No, it started in his backyard at his house.
Okay.
But then went to the appliance shop, and then it just bounced from there. And now it's literally now this year they threw out the RV show, and it's the entire footprint of the Cardinal Stadium in Arizona, the NFL stadium. It is insane. And it's still free to walk in the door, free to bring your truck. And so it's between SEMA, it's after SEMA.
Yeah.
So the week between SEMA and Dino's, you go to Speedway Motors out there, and there are 25 SEMA rigs, including our own, sitting in line for those 3 or 4 days with nothing to do. We all park at Speedway's facility, and it looks like a SEMA roll-in. It's crazy. 250 vendors, anything from SEMA is there. We bring SEMA vehicles to Dino's. We unveiled Thomas's truck and Rockford Square Body that were both in Young Guns. Thomas made it to the top 4. Rockford made it to the top 10. Terry Rose, his 5859 Suburban, beautiful. We had those in our booth. We unveiled them to the public. Like, it's crazy. And everybody's there.
Nice.
You get a 3-day break from SEMA, and you see everybody again. It's insane.
Nice.
So those are going to be my two favorites.
Yeah, I was jealous because I had hotel and everything out there for Dina's this year, and then I had to cancel. So next,
man, it is bonkers. Just crazy. Those are my two favorite events: Columbus Good Guys and Dino's for sure.
Very cool. I love it. All right, so here's your last question. And this stumps many of our guests, but not all. So we'll see where you fit. What is the best advice you've ever received, and from whom?
Whoa. Best advice and from who? Man. I had a cop tell me to watch 2 ways right across the street because I was jaywalking. But I don't think that fits in this situation.
No, that's not it.
Best advice. All right, so does it have to be given to me or just out in public and I heard it and kept it?
whatever, if it resonated with you and you use it, live
All
by
right.
it, share it.
So going back almost to Dino's in the Anomaly, I did radio. So Howard Stern, from when he started, when I did radio and when I got my minor in marketing and stuff, I wrote about these three guys, and it's between Howard Stern and George Lucas pretty much said the same thing. Who is who to make the rules? Like, just make your own rules.
Right.
Like George Lucas, they said, your movie is too long.
Right.
I'm going to chop it up. Okay. Well, you can't start in the middle of the story. You have to start in the beginning. No, I'm going to start in the middle.
Right.
So he did in 77.
Right.
Then when that came out, it was time for part 2 or part, 5, however you want to do it.
Right.
They're like, well, in Empire Strikes Back, the bad guys win. No. Bad guys don't win in movies. You can't do that either. Says who? Says us. Well, who the hell are you?
Right.
What do you mean? No. Star Wars was an anomaly. You'll never get that success again. You can't do Empire Strikes Back. The bad guys cannot win. It doesn't work like that. And he's like, I can. Who are you to make the rules? And where's that guy now?
Yeah.
Homeless, living in a trailer somewhere, like literally. And Star Wars is Star Wars. Howard Stern, same thing. No, you can't do that on the. Why not? Why can't I do that?
Yeah.
And that's my thing, is along the line of both of those guys, but mostly George Lucas. Like, who makes the rules?
Yeah.
Who makes the rule that you get to make the rules? Who said that?
Yeah.
What makes us different? And boom.
Like, going off of what you just said, like, now thinking back, because, like, for us, our generation is old enough to know who Howard Stern is, right? Yep. But there's a whole generation who doesn't. But where I'm going with this is that that's a really good point to say, like, he's probably, if you want to think about this kind of in a holistic way, like the originator, the OG of being authentic. Like, he didn't give a fuck what anybody thought. He was like, I'm going to say what I want, do what I want, be where I want, all the things. And he was incredibly successful at it.
And unapologetic.
100%.
Like, I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to be real. This is how it is. Yeah. And people are, this and I don't care. You can fire me. Somebody else will pick me up.
Right. Exactly.
Or I'll be homeless. Either way, I'm not going to conform. I'm going to do what I want.
Yep.
And you're going to pay me. You're going to pay me to do what I want.
Yeah.
And literally, so between those two guys, that's the best advice I ever got was, who makes the rules for the people that make the rules? Who put them in charge?
Yeah. I think that's awesome. That's a great, good answer. That's a really good answer.
I've never heard that before, but I love it. Who made the rule?
Yeah.
And it goes to the social media stuff. Yeah. Like, it is a new day. Keep up with the times. Make your own rules. Like, why follow the same cookie cutter thing from 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Even in the automotive industry, it's hard because you have people that are still stuck in 91, 99. Right. It's like, hey guys, it's 2025. We're going into 26.
Yeah.
It's like, who makes
start saying that now? We're in 2026 because by the time that we get there, we're going to be like, it's 2026.
Exactly. But it's 20 to make your own rules, man. And that was the thing between those guys. They're like, no, you can't do it. Okay, watch me do it. And I love that. I love being told I can't do something. That's my favorite. No, you're not going to be able to pull that off. All right, now I'm going to pull it off even better. I love the challenge. I love it, love it, love it.
Another example, like you're saying, like for George Lucas, is somebody who has been same kind of industry, incredibly successful, but did it because somebody said you can't do that, is Taylor Sheridan, who he's the one produced Yellowstone and Landman and a bunch of those shows. He's a perfect.
And where did he start? Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to do my own thing one day. And I like Kurt Sutter. Don't get me wrong. He's like, dude, just stick to being a B-roll actor.
Right.
You're not going to do much. And bro, now and I hate to say it because I love Sons of Anarchy, but Yellowstone is surpassed Sons of Anarchy. Then he's still acting. Then he's doing that, but then he's still in, oh man, I watch it. He's so great in that movie, in that series. Lioness.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was such a good one.
Amazing.
Oh, so good.
In that movie. So good in that movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then now I heard that he's producing 666s, sixes.
The 4.6s. Well, he owns the 4.6s now.
That goes back exactly what we were discussing. You're right. He does fall into that because he's like, you know what? I'm going to buy this ranch. Then I'm going to charge my own production company to rent my ranch. And what?
Yeah.
Who fucking does that?
Yeah.
And he's like,
he
you don't
said,
like it? That's good.
who are you
It's
to
my
tell me who
production
gets to
company.
make the rules?
Yeah. So my production company is going to rent this ranch that I own and pay me to rent it. And it's my production company and I'm in charge of everything. And all from Kurt Sutter saying, but you can't do that, man.
Right. He said, watch me.
15 years later, and it's way bigger than Sons of Anarchy ever was.
Yeah.
You know, true.
Yeah.
That, you know what? That's a good point. I know exactly. Yeah. I follow him too. He's great.
Yeah.
And the Lioness show. And on top of that, he still has time to do
Loved
that.
it.
Does he have to be on Lioness? No, dude. He's got enough time and money. He's like, yeah, I'll be on another hit TV show.
And on top of it, he's like a legit real cowboy. Like he does all of the like riding, roping, all of that stuff. Like he legit does that himself. And I'm like, bro, like what don't you do?
Everybody from Yellowstone went to 4.6s.
Yeah.
And he taught them the ride so it looked authentic on the street. Yeah. You want to be on my show? Yeah, you're gonna have to spend a month on my ranch.
Right.
No, I live in a penthouse in New York. Yeah, not now. You don't.
Right.
You have to come rope and cattle and live the life, or you're not on the fucking show.
Yeah.
You don't like it? I make the rules. It doesn't fucking matter. Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
You know, that's the same way with Landman. He's not on that, but some of the stuff they come off with is like the one episode. It's all over the place talking about the windmill and the green bullshit and all that. That was like, oh, I love this show because I've been saying that for a long time.
Good show.
Duh.
And it's all true. Oh yeah, love Landman.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
he's all good call, Annette. Good call.
Yeah. I could talk for days. Like those, like so far, any show that I've seen him produce, I'm like, love it. Like there hasn't been one yet that I'm like, I didn't really like that so much.
No.
But I love like Lioness, loved it, was glued to it. Yellowstone, glued to it. Landman, glued to it.
Does he do Mayor of Kingstown too?
I don't think so. If you've ever noticed, like the beginning of his shows are very Taylor Sheridan. They have their own like
look.
Yes.
The intro, right? The way they do it.
It's you always know like this show was done by Taylor Sheridan. Like his intro for every single one is almost like just iconic to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
I love he was great on Sons of Anarchy, man. His character was a reflection of him. Like, hey dude, there's rules, but there isn't rules, but there's rules. Like it was great.
Right. Yeah.
And then he didn't want to conform, so they kill him off, and then he took over the world.
Right. He was like,
there you go.
What happened? I love Kurt Sutter, don't get me wrong, but that's what happened. He killed him off because he didn't want to conform, and instead he blew everybody out of the water.
Yep.
So one thing,
my company, crazy.
So I'm watching Lioness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's that one episode where they're in Mexico and they're driving the SUV and they launch off the cliff into the river.
Into the water,
Into the water. And a special forces guy actually killed on that show. If you watch that part and back up, they got a clip of him standing up after he was on the ground for 2 seconds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't cut it right.
Like cut or not cut.
I watch it like 5 times. I go, that's the guy they just said they killed. He stood up. Yeah.
Bad editing.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
he's
anyway,
great on that.
I think Annette has an appointment to get to. So
I do.
Hey, thanks for everybody for tuning in, and
thank you guys.
Eddie joining us.
I think it's a 2-parter, man. I'm looking at that clock, Barry. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to split this into 2.
You're not. You're good.
We don't split nothing. What we do. But anyways, Eddie, tell everybody where they can find you, where how to get a hold of you, where to see you online, whatever.
Automotive Direct on everything, and then like Eddy Cebreco on a lot of stuff. My email is eddy@automotivedirect.com. If you have any questions about anything, my phone goes off 24/7. So, and then Facebook, EDDY Cebreco, same thing, CEBRECO, but mostly on Automotive Direct on every platform you can think of. Jason puts my mug on everything.
And tell us about Eddy Bear again.
eddybear.org. That if you can go on there and you can send money or you can send a bear. I'm fine with sending a bear. Just have it sent right here to AMD/Eddy. And I get, again, every other week I get a box from somewhere unnamed and it has bears in it. It's awesome. Thank you
Super
guys
cool.
so much.
Thanks. This is
Thank
fun.
you. Thank
All
you
right,
for
we'll see
being
you
here,
soon.
Eddy. Yes. And thank you for
No
sharing
problem.
all of your good news, your good energy, your good everything. Like, you've been a blast to chat with and get
2
to
hours.
know. I know, right? I think this has got to be a record for us. This is
Getting
pretty
there.
dope.
Yeah.
But again, thank you all of our listeners and viewers for tuning in and just riding along with us on this episode. And we're so blessed. So thanks
Long
so much.
episode. Sorry.
Long episodes for tuning in to Gearheads and Gasoline podcast, where we are fueling your success. We know you don't want to miss an episode, so don't forget to smash that bell so that you get notified of every new episode. Click that like button, leave us a comment, and share with your people. And visit us repeatedly. We love it.